Hey everybody, today I'm going to answer an important question that you are too embarrassed and too polite to ask me to my face. So you Googled it. You want to know, how do realtors get paid? Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Natalie Bratton with the Bratton Real Estate Group at RE/MAX First in Oklahoma City. And today I'm going to talk to you about how realtors get paid. But first, if you are one of my viewers that comes back every week and watches my videos and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit the subscribe button. Please let me know that you're out there and that you're enjoying my videos and learning a lot about Oklahoma and real estate. And for those of you this is your first time watching, know that every Friday I post a video about living in Oklahoma and about real estate. So let's get started. How do realtors get paid? So you're too polite to ask. You don't want to ask how much money, when you have to pay me. I know it's not a dinner table question where when I'm out with my friends, we don't discuss salaries. So it's not really something where you just ask, hey Natalie, when do I pay you and how much is it? So let me go ahead and help you know what you're getting into so that when you start a relationship with a realtor, you know what to expect. So, generally, realtors are paid commission only, and we don't get paid unless the home sale closes. And nearly every time, the seller is who pays the compensation. So in a typical real estate transaction, a home seller chooses their realtor and they sign documents with an agreed upon compensation percentage. That percentage is not set in stone by the state or any organization or company. It is a movable amount. There's usually like an average or a typical standard, but it's not set in stone. So not all realtors charge the same amount. You'll want to be sure that you know what you're getting for your money with whomever you hire. There are discount brokerages that charge lower amounts, but they're only going to give you a certain amount of services that they provide. So you want to be sure you know what those are. But also don't assume just because someone charges a whole lot that they are giving you all the services that somebody else does. It's the same as if you went out and hired a doctor or an attorney or a contractor to work on your home. The price is not necessarily always the same, and you want to make sure you're getting the quality you expect from who you hire. But it is the seller who pays the compensation. Therefore, as the realtor, if I list your home for sale and then I also have the buyer for your home, then my office gets the entire compensation. Don't assume that if you're the buyer and you come directly to the listing agent, that they're going to give the sellers a discount because they're the only realtor in the transaction. Some people assume that that is a general practice, and it is not the case. Some realtors do, some don't. It is something that the seller and the realtor, they agree upon before the transaction even starts. Now, if you are the home buyer and you come and you have a different realtor, and therefore there's two realtors involved in the transaction, then the sellers still pay all the compensation and it's split between the two companies. So yes, sellers typically pay the realtor compensation. As a buyer, you get to have representation in the purchase of your home without paying the realtor fees. Now, what you should know is there is something called a transaction fee that many offices charge, and it's an admin fee for processing paperwork, paying different business fees that are related to the transaction. And that fee could be anywhere from $100 to $400. It just depends on the office and what they are charging. So be sure that as a home buyer and seller that you know what the transaction fee is for the realtor you hired. What about with for sale by owner? If you are buying a home and you are interested in purchasing a home that's listed for sale by owner, who pays the realtor fees? Excellent question. So most of the time, a seller with a for sale by owner will pay the realtor fees. It's something that you negotiate in with the offer. Like, will you pay 3% of the sales price to me as their realtor for bringing the buyer and handling the transaction till closing? Generally they say yes, but it can be negotiable. Sometimes they say no, and in that case, you, the buyer, would pay the compensation. Sometimes they'll split it with you, and sometimes they'll pay a certain amount and then you pay the rest. So it's a negotiable amount that you take up with your realtor and with the seller. How do I get paid if you are buying a brand new house? If you do a custom build or you go to a builder and you buy new construction? Well, generally it's the same scenario. Generally the seller, the builder, pays the compensation. Most builders are happy to pay it and want to have good relationships with realtors in the community. So it is perfectly great and acceptable to tell your realtor that you want to look at a certain builder or that you want to custom build a home, and then let that realtor do the work for you. Don't assume, again, that if you go to a builder and you buy a house without a realtor, that you're getting a better deal. That's not true. The price of the home is not going to change and get lower because you didn't bring a realtor. Basically, paying realtors is just the cost of doing business for them. They already expect to do it, but they're not going to drop their sales price just because you come without a realtor. So to wrap it all up, most of the time sellers pay the realtor fees, but you may be expected to pay some because it is somewhat negotiable depending on what kind of transaction you're in. If you're hiring a realtor, be sure you know what you're getting for your money, that you know what services they are going to provide for you. And then be sure and interview your realtor, make sure you know them, make sure that they are going to take care of you and you're getting your money's worth. That's how realtors get paid. I hope that helps. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe. Come back next Friday where I will talk more about living in Oklahoma and real estate.